Hi there. Welcome back to the BlockBase Plus Sew-Along. This is the video for Block 2. This video will cover the same steps that are in the written blog post lesson, so you can follow the written steps or you can follow this video. Either one works. Let's get started. When you open up BlockBase, if you still see this Getting Started screen, go ahead and close it. Now, if you want to turn it off so you don't see this every time, you can check the box next to Don't Show Again, and then click Close. Okay, let's take a quick refresher of the BlockBase screen. Here on the left, you'll see the navigation panel, and that's where we choose the category and subcategory of the block that we're looking for. Here in the middle is the block viewer, where you see all the blocks, and down below is the note card panel, where you can read more information about the block that you have selected. The block that we're looking for today is in the 16:9x category. So over here on the left, I'm going to use my vertical scroll bar and move it down until I can see the 16:9x category. So I'll click on that and it will expand down, and I'm going to click on 04 like an X. Now, before we actually select the block that we're going to sew today, let's take a look at the different display options we have available in BlockBase Plus. Up here above the block viewer, you'll see the display toolbar. So let's play with these options and see how that changes the way the blocks display in the viewer. The first button here is for patch lines. So the patch lines are the black lines that are around each patch in a block. So click that and it will turn those patch lines off, and you'll see what the blocks look like without those dark outlines around the patches. Just click on it again to turn those patch lines back on. And next up we have colorway. You have 3 different options for how to display the colorways for the blocks. The first is as a line drawing, so that changes all those blocks to just line drawings. The next is grayscale, which is nice if you like to see the blocks just as values of gray rather than having colors that may distract from the structure of the block. And the last one is for color. The next set of options changes how many blocks display in the viewer at once by changing the size of the blocks. So I'll just click on a couple of these and you'll see how that changes the size. The number of blocks that display in the viewer at a time also depends on the size of your particular screen. So if you want to see a lot of blocks at once, this tiny option will display the most blocks at once. I'm going to go back and click on this option here because that's the default size for the display. Now that we've played with the display settings, let's get to our block. This time we're going to be sewing block 2898. And that is, let's see, this block here. Now remember, down here in the note card panel, you can look for the Brackman ID number, and there it is, the 2898. Last time we printed the rotary cutting chart for the block. This time we're going to take a look at the templates for this block. So in the block toolbar, click the Print button, and then choose Templates. Here in the Print Templates window, you can adjust the settings for your printout. Now, I'll be using the default block size for all the blocks that I make in this sew-along. So 6 by 6 is what I have my width and height set at. If you are making your blocks a different size, you can click here for custom block size and then type in a new size for your block. Now, if you're getting really creative and don't want your block to be square, you can unlock the sizes there and then type in a different size for each dimension. I'm going to go ahead and change mine back to default block size. Down here at the seam allowance, it's set to the standard 1/4 inch that most quilters use, but if you want to change that, you can type in a new size here. You also have 3 different options for the seam allowance below. You can have your seam allowance show as a dotted or dashed line. You can have a solid line for the seam allowance, or you can turn the seam allowance off altogether. Down here in mirroring, by default it is off for templates. Now with a block like this where all of our patches are symmetrical. Mirroring doesn't make a change to all these triangles and squares. It doesn't really matter. This comes in more if you're making an applique block and you're using Fusible and want your templates to be the mirror image so that your finished patches come out the way you expect. For now, we're just going to leave it off. Now, over here under printing options, change it to print all templates. And let's take a look at this printout. Click the preview button. Here's the print preview screen. Because we selected print all templates, you'll see that there's a separate template for each patch in the block. I'm using the default 6-inch size, and my templates take up 4 pages. If you change your block size to something bigger, you may see lots of pages in the preview. Typically, you wouldn't want to print or cut out a different template for all these matching patches. So let's go back and make a change in the Print Templates window to save some paper. Click Close in the Print Preview screen. And back here in the Print Templates window, choose Print Unique Templates Only and click Preview again. You'll now see fewer pages in the Print Preview screen. And we can also move templates to save even more paper. First up though, let's check the box up here next to 1-inch scale square. So check that, and you'll see this square appear here on the printout. Now, after printing, you can measure this square to make sure that your printer is outputting these templates at the correct size. Now let's take a look at the different ways you can adjust the templates on the print preview pages. You can move templates from one page to another. Just click on a template and it will turn red, and you'll also see that you've got this handle here in the middle of the patch. You can click and hold down your mouse button and drag the template to a different page. When you see these blue outlines show up on the pages, those represent the margins of your paper. So that will help you know how far over you can get it to the side and still be on the page. You can also drag templates and create more pages within the preview if you wanted to spread out your templates for some reason and create more pages. I'm going to scooch this over here so that all of our templates fit on one page. Now, if you want to rotate the templates, you can grab this little green circle here and rotate your templates around. And you can also, if you hold down the Control key or the Command key on your keyboard while you're rotating around, it will move in 15-degree increments around. So if you like to keep your patches nice and perpendicular square on the page, you can do that. You can also copy and paste more templates. If you would like an extra one of a few of these templates, you can do that as well. So up here this is the copy button and this is the paste. So that creates a new template for this triangle here, and if I wanted to rotate it around and get it to fit down here nicely, I can. If you decide, well, maybe I don't want these extra templates here, you can delete them using this button here. If at any point this kind of gets away from you and you just want to start with a fresh template printout again, you can close and then preview again, and things will be back in their original positions. So I'm going to click on this and drag it over and drag this one over. And now I've got all the templates that I need to make this block on one page that will print out. If you are ready to print your templates, you can go ahead and click Print. Or if you don't want to print right now, you can click Close. And then back here in the Print Templates window, you can click Close again. And just like last time, we're going to add this block to our favorites to collect all of our sew along blocks in one spot. So with block 2898 still selected here, click the Add to Favorites button in the block toolbar. And you'll see it's got that little heart in the corner. And if we come up here to the top of the navigation and click the Favorites button, you'll see we've got our first two sew along blocks stored there in our Favorites section. So if you're ready to close BlockBase Plus and start sewing, go ahead and click File, Quit BlockBase. Now remember that you can make your sew along block any size you like. Just make sure that you change the size appropriately in your printouts before you print. And I look forward to seeing everybody's blocks that are sewn. The next link up will be on Friday, April 23rd. Have fun!